Let's jump right in. Can someone who sleeps with multiple people still be considered a good person? Or are we lowering standards? How you fellas doing tonight?
Doing good.
Great, 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 great.
All right, so I know Adrian is going to be joining a little late, but we're going to go ahead and get started, right? So, I'm going to ask you guys a question. What does being a good person mean to you? You want to go
Oh,
first?
anybody?
Yeah, go ahead.
To me, man, really being a good person means just a person sticking to their values and sticking to I guess, simplest form is keeping their promises. To me, I mean, everybody ain't going to think or move the same way or believe the same thing. But whatever that person, as long as they staying true to what they told you they were, you cool. To me, I feel like just be who you be yourself.
Donnie.
Now that's kind of a deep question for me because in the Garden of Eden, right? What one of the trees, man, that it was a tree of life and death, right? And it was a tree of the knowledge of good and evil. So the knowledge of good and evil tree is so unique. Like when the Lord started making stuff, right? He said he made the fish, it was good. He made this, it was good. When he made man, he said it was very good. But then it's like he goes down and he says that he sees man alone. Man is alone. He said it's not good for man to be alone. So like in the first parts of Genesis, man, he has these three characteristics of what good is. So I always think like good is qualified by who's defining it. Because like
Mhm.
what remember when Run DMC said not bad meaning bad, but bad meaning good. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They flipped it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it made it seem like okay, what good really means to whoever's the author.
So I guess I could go next, right? I think good is subjective, but it depends on what your morals, what your values, kind of sum it all up. What both of you guys said, sticking to your morals, sticking to your values, and having some. Period.
For real, for
So if you
real.
don't have any morals, you don't have any values, how can you do good and be good? So you may think good is, why should I say, a person may think good is doing bad. Like I'm good at doing bad. That's because you probably have no morals or no ethics behind the things that you do. But when it comes down to it, where are you pulling your morals and values from? Is what the question is. And the Bible, it will never tell you to do anything that's bad, really. Like if you look at it, the sins that we commit, they're harmful to us in the long run. So it may bring pleasure at first, but a sin, even being, I go to being fat or lazy, being sinful in that way. I mean, it's hindering your health. You're not going to live long.
For
So
sure.
everything that we do, it has to come from somewhere, and I think that's what determines what a good person is. The next,
Um,
go ahead, Josh. You got something else to say?
I agree. I was agreeing with you, man. This it gets weird because what's good and bad is subjective. You know what I mean? Because it depends on where you come from. Even like you say, even with the Bible, it's just like you. A lot of us don't realize a lot of our religion was inherited. You know what I mean? We're that religion because of our proximity, where we grew up, where we because we just going off the belief system of the people who came before us. So I mean that's why it's a slippery slope when we talk about character because we could just as easy be somebody, if somebody harm your family, you go harm them. And that could be they thing. You know what I mean? It could be as simple as that. And us be like, that's a sin, So it's weird, man. It gets weird, when we just put in different people's scenarios because in their mind they are good and they can be completely oblivious of religion. They just going off instinct.
Got you. Josh, I don't think that your mic is on though. I think you're just speaking through your computer.
Oh, hold up.
Go ahead, Donnie. I'm gonna mute
Yeah,
Josh.
like and I like what you said too. But 'cause it's like I remember somebody explained to me. They said like, let's say like if you had these two questions, whether heaven is real or not, right? Let's say heaven is real, right? And the Bible tells you to love your neighbor, it tells you to forgive, it tells you to treat people right, tell you don't kill, don't murder, right? Let's say you do that and then you go to heaven. But let's say heaven ain't real and it tells you to do all these things, love people, treat people fair, and let's you know what I'm saying? Like you still live a quality of life where it's like you value, you love people. I guess what I'm saying, it makes you, go beyond yourself. And I know sometimes people be like, well, we have all kinds of things. It's like, there's control, this, that, and the other. But it's almost like you have character. It challenges us to be better than we are. It challenges us to love people, to not be an island, to do right by people. And I think that's really kind of like where good comes from. It's like it's a book that's out that says good is the enemy of great. And I think sometimes, man, people be like, well, man, that's good. But what about if you want to go to the next level and you want to actually be great?
I love that because I don't like just being good. I want to be great at everything. I want to be great. So I know Adrian just sent me a message, so he'll be joining soon. So let's go to the next question. Can good intentions still be led to destructive behavior? Can good intentions still be led to destructive behavior? So who wants to go first?
It's this little saying, man. I used to that I over the years, man, it just became a part of me. It's success at the wrong thing is failure. I think sometimes, man, you could. I think it like people say I'm selling drugs, and I'm selling drugs, man. I got to take care of my family. I don't have, we don't have money, this and the other, and it's like we justify, the wrong that we do, because we feel it's a purpose, and so it's like, my intentions is I want to feed my family. But at the same time, you killing somebody else's family. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, somebody else is strung out and you're destroying their family. And I think sometimes when, we can have good intentions, but sometimes they could be self-serving.
Josh?
Yeah.
Josh, you're on mute, Josh. Hold on.
You muted me, bro. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's not an
Does my mic sound better or what?
Yeah. It sounds a lot better.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's just it solely depends on the environment, but yes, good intentions can in bad situations. How many times you done seen your boy talking, you done seen your boy girl out with another dude? Like, yo, fam, I seen you out with I seen your lady out there cheating. Now the lady done told your boy, now y'all ain't friends no more. That happens throughout history, especially out through, because shorty, you got to realize that a lot of dudes not going, if you got to pick over your girl or your friend, a lot of dudes gonna pick the girl, bro. Because I mean, I'm not sleeping with your man. You know what I mean? It's just so you had good intentions. You literally was like, yo, I was trying to save you from this charlatan of a woman, and you end up losing your homie. I got homies who personally that's been a story. I don't want to bring them up because they still living. Bro, I mean, because it hurt my heart, man, because like, yo, dog, I seen your shorty out there being a hoe. And then the girl was like, yo, he just want me too.
Oh, yeah.
And now I got beef with him, but I wasn't sure I could beat him up. He was white. He was like a little skinny white dude, but it was just like we was tight. We was playing a game together, and I was like, you let a girl do that to us, man. But yeah, just from what you were saying, yeah, good intentions can end horribly, man. That's just an example.
Yeah, so Adrian, I know you joined a little late, so we're on the question: can good intentions lead to destructive behavior?
Oh yeah, all the time. All the time. And it goes to, we don't know what we're doing, right? Like without training, without education, without knowing what you are doing, it don't matter how much good you try to do. I can say, hey, I'm taking this gun out the room because I want everybody to be safe. But if I don't take the safety off it while I'm swinging it around, everybody dead. So good intentions, man, still can lead with a lot of consequences if you're not careful.
I can give you another one too. Say you have good intentions of taking a trip. You and your lady going on a trip. Now she's getting dressed and she's packing, and you looking at the time, you're like, man, we gotta go. You have good intentions. Now it turns into an argument. That happens so often. Like, yo, we gotta go. Like, you should have did that last night. And then it turns into, well, you should have helped. Well, I don't know what you want to. Now it's a back and forth. You had good intentions by taking her on a trip, and having some alone time. Now y'all don't even want to go on a trip anymore because y'all mad at each other.
Yeah.
And you go even deeper with that. When you get in the car, you speed and you get a ticket. Now you extra hot. You like, you made me get a ticket.
Hey, yo, get out my marriage, man. You know what I'm saying? Get out my marriage. That's my thing, because I love to be on time, and she just be chilling. And I'm like, yo, you can't get ready like an hour early or something, like, so you could make the make the deadline. But so what I had to do is, some places, that's what we got 2 cars for. You know what I'm saying? Like church, I when I leave, because I'm gonna be on time, I'm gonna take half the kids. You're responsible for the other half. So we eliminated that there. But now when it comes to like dates and stuff, I already got in my mind that we gonna be 30, 45 minutes late. So I ain't even about to set myself up with being on time no more. What is time? You know what I'm saying? What is time, man? But that one right there hit home, bro.
Yeah, and I'll give you a good way to get ahead of that. Just say an hour early. Say you have to be ready by an hour early. And then you'll be on time. And either you're going to be on time or you're going to be super early. So it don't matter at that point. So let's go to the next question. Has culture redefined what good means? Josh, you are heavy in the culture right now. You got to be on trending topics. You're in the comedy clubs, the scenes. So has culture changed what good means? Mute. You're on mute.
Culture hasn't changed what good means to the generation that defined what culture was. Like, you got to look at like people, like you look at hip hop culture or you even say black culture, but I would say hip hop culture because black culture is like really hard to define. But hip hop culture, for the people who started this thing, it always was about the art form, you know. Then it became something that was about the money. Then it came, you know, you could win an MC battle by proving you were richer than the other dude who you were battling. You didn't have to be better at the thing lyrically. You didn't have to be better at him skill wise. So now that expands across culture as a whole. Now every single thing, industry, especially on the entertainment side, if you can prove that you're more successful than that person, you don't have to have the talent that person has. And it's become, I don't know when music changed to that, but that's something that's killing the culture and just killing us. And to be complete honest, as black culture, because now we really not getting what we deserve because of this muddy in the waters of we're not celebrating what's good. We're just celebrating what's rich. And the perception of what's rich is determined by the people who run in the industry. You know what I mean? That's like a fake, that's like somebody got 1 million streams and they got horrible music. And we like, oh, we champion that. And then the dude who actually from the hood, who from the grind, who we resonate with, he can't get no lane because of what's going on. So I feel like culture at its core will always be what it is based off our morals and our principles. But what these kids, if they're not paying attention and getting it from somebody who started it, yeah, it's gonna look like it's different.
So I can agree with you because music is business now, just like any other thing in entertainment. Why the WNBA, they don't get paid the same as NBA players? Because it's boring. I mean, you're not going to be able to sell as many tickets because you're only doing, like, think about why the NBA integrated black people. Because we high flying, we running, jumping over everybody. Like, they've never seen that before. Before it was just a bunch of white guys doing layups, shooting jump shots. You know, like that's super bored. But now we jumping over cars. We like running at top speeds, like record-breaking speeds on the court, like the no-look passes, the flash, and you're like, oh, I want to pay to go see this. But when it's the WNBA, it's a little different.
Hold on for a second, man. Hold on, because I feel like what you saying is exactly what the problem is, bro. Like, because you a basketball, Dominique, a basketball dude for real. So we look at the legends like the Michael Jordans and the Magic Johnsons. The stuff that they were famous for ain't got shit to do with basketball, bro. Like the dunking from the free throw line, sticking the tongue out, everything was just finesse. He wasn't playing his best basketball when he was doing the stuff we remember, except making those shots to win games. But the Jordan, like there's certain reason why Pippen could never be Jordan because Pippen I hate to say it, he wasn't sexy enough. He couldn't sell it the way he could sell it. You know what I mean? That's culture, bro. That's not culture.
Yeah, that's
You know
what,
what I mean?
yeah. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I was getting to, right, Josh? So I was saying that because the people that control the business side, they're always going to try to make the money the fastest. And what's going to make money faster? Just going out there playing gritty, hard, or the flash so I could sell some shoes, or I could get these kids to get the different hairstyles, the apparel, things like that. So it's big business in it. But and there's no knock to women's basketball. Like, you play hard, but it's just not as exciting as the men's basketball because you don't know what you're going to see when you go to a men's game. You're like, oh man, like somebody might get dunked on, it might be a crazy fight, or even things like that. It's negative, but that's going to be played so often, people are going to want to watch it because human beings like negative behavior for some reason. And Donnie, maybe you could chime in on why human beings like the negative side of things, but they don't like boring success. People don't like that. They like to be entertained. And sad to say, the boring things that make money or the boring things that are valuable and hold you like wholesome and things like of that nature is nobody want to hear that. That's why the news only play bad things. Like, oh, look what happened today. Bright sky. Oh, is the sun's out? Oh, look at these charity event. Nobody want to hear nothing about that. Like, that's good, but where's the action? That's what people want to see.
Right.
I wanted to say this, man. I was thinking you were saying, back in the day, you look at TV, right? You had Little House on the Prairie, Highway to Heaven, City Heat, But now you might have Diddy Free Call. You might have, you know what I'm saying? You might have like, Housewives of Atlanta. It's like TV. And it's like, it's almost as if it's like, you got to always do something that ain't never been done. It's like the things like, seeing like naked bodies on the TV now. I mean, back in the day, you had to have cable. We all young.
Yeah.
We could stay up, try to stay up till 11 or 12.
Skinamax.
But like crazy now, it's like, man, you don't even gotta wait at night. It's like they put it on regular TV, and it's like they're pushing the boundaries where they're showing men naked. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what's the limitation? I think like when you talk about culture, you got to think about kingdom. You know what I'm saying? That culture and kingdom are always clash. Like God's kingdom is a matter of like he wants to establish his kingdom in us. And ultimately it's getting away from the moral values. How this country was built, it was built on, laws and principles. And if you move away from those things, you like what the structure of a family is, it's like then where you going? You know what I'm saying? What's the end result?
Well, I love that take because that's exactly right. Like even think about the black culture and the black TV shows that used to be out. Martin never cheated on Gina. Martin, like he never, like he loved Gina. He might have got into some situations, but he never cheated on Gina. He never did it. The Cosby Show. He was a doctor. His wife was a lawyer. They're raising their kids right. We don't have that anymore. It's either like you gang banging, selling drugs, you homosexual. Like there's a lot of black people being homosexuals in the media now. And why is that? Like that's not us, not the majority of us. And it's a lot of black billionaires, millionaires that the story will never get told because people want to keep seeing the exciting things like, oh, I like that he sold drugs, but you know what that does? It's not even being presented to us because we could decipher a movie from reality, but it's the kids that see it that want to grow up to do it. And what is that doing? Keeping the prisons populated, keeping guns on the street. Like prison is big business. Like everything is big business. Like America is a capitalism country. Like we live off capitalism. So if I could capitalize off of you, I'm going to do it. Right. So it's just I feel like that's the reason why things are pushed in front of us and why it gets more and more trying to push those boundaries, as Donnie said, because you see a little bit of skin. Like think about the 90s girls. Like they used to have these baggy clothes on. They might show a little skin, like just like a little bit. Now people walk around in thongs out in public, like not at a beach, but just walk around out like that. And what is that going to do? That's going to turn heads like, oh man, but why are they doing that? Because they see it in music videos. They see their favorite artists doing it. They sit on red carpets. Red carpet event used to be sophisticated. It's not anymore though. It's just like, how much can I show? How much attention can I get? And sad to say, it's not the right attention, so you're not going to get the bag that you want. People used to joke about the $40. Everybody know what the $40 is. Give them $40. Now everybody trying to get the 40 times 10. It don't make sense,
They ruin the game. Yeah, they ruin the game. The trigger ruin the game, bro. But let's have a play. I'm gonna play devil's advocate real quick, so that we can have some honest conversation here while I'm here for a minute. Now you really got to look at representation. Like let's just take up and look at the macro side of representation. We can remember watching TV shows as children and it not being a black person on that show the entire span of that show. I don't know if a black person ever on Seinfeld. It might have been, but if he did, he was probably working. You know what I mean? So you're looking at that. Like take a step back and look at representation. So now when you see shows and you see a hospital show and there's 3 black people, 4 white women, a Mexican, an Asian, a homosexual, a lesbian, is that the way it should have always been? Like you keep saying gays ain't on TV no more, but it was a time when gays couldn't be. So are we looking at the world now? Because everybody, what they whitewash and what do black people say when they what do white people say when we put somebody black into a role? You know what I mean? They always, what's the word that they use?
Like a token.
No. I'm talking about when it's a white person, but then we make them black, like doing a book or something. They had I forgot the phrase that they used.
I don't know the phrase, but yeah, I understand what you.
But yeah, but I'm saying when we say it's a whole bunch of gay stuff on TV or it's a whole bunch of X, Y, and Z on TV, is that an equal representation of what the world is, and we just not used to seeing it? Because I be having to check myself because I be like, yo, it's a gay dude in every show. But it's low key a gay dude at every party, bro. I mean, you know what I mean? So are we tripping by thinking that they overly gay, and when in reality that's the way the world is? They always been here. They just never have representation.
Overly gay is crazy, but yeah.
Hey man, come on. Hey, I'm a house. I can say what I want. Shout out my man Kareem. Shout out my boy. I got a gay friend named Kareem.
But look, yeah. So I'm gonna say this, right? If you look at the Census Bureau and look at numbers, transgender, gay people, LGBT, all the letters, right? No disrespect, but all the letters. It's not that many of them compared to other people. If you look, check it out. When you get a chance, go look at the Bureau, the Census Bureau.
I'm gonna tell you.
No. Wait, Josh. I'm gonna tell you why you see. I'm gonna tell you why you see those people.
It's not me because you try to give me gay eyes. You try to give me gay eyes, think about what you're about to say. You see the way he trying to load it with Jay. All you see is gay dude. Like, hold up. I'm
not trying to give you gay eyes, but I'm trying to tell you, like, if you think about it from a biblical aspect, right? Nightlife, sinful life, like things like that, like things that go against the Bible. You're going to see all sorts of things in the nightlife. Think about Sinners. If you look at the movie Sinners, all of that stuff that was going on, it happened at night after a certain time. That's why it was vampires, because stuff like that don't happen during the day. So this is what I'm saying. If you are living, and I'm not saying you're living no crazy life. I'm just saying, like,
my jacket, you put a lot of smut on me today, big dog.
You're on the scene more than we are, right? I'm not on the scene like that. So I barely even see the people that we're discussing, because I'm not in the room.
Are you I maybe listen, because we completely transparent. I'm talking to my brothers right now. I remember being in high school and it was 1 or 2 gay dudes. I remember that. Now it's a gay table. Now it's like it's not that it's more, it's that the world has become a place where there's way more. They don't feel ashamed to be who they are. Like I see what you're saying, bro. But I always think they was always there. I just don't think they were visibly okay with being openly gay. Everybody, all of us know a gay dude right now who been gay our whole life, but he'll never come out because his grandma ain't died yet. He waiting for his, they gotta wait for the people to go before they can openly be gay. Am I lying, Donnie? Like Donnie from the church, he know it's gay dudes in the church that don't want to come out until their grandma died. Am I lying? Adrian, bro, because we gotta have a real conversation, bro. Like, they've always been there, bro.
Like, do you think
always been there?
Do you think it's all? I agree, it's always been there. But do you think that gay has been promoted to be like that's the thing to do. Like you get a lot of attention for being, you get a job for being gay.
Like commercialized.
Yeah.
Commercialized.
So
that's a fact.
I don't want to stay on this because we got a lot of stuff to cover, but we gonna get off of that right now. We go back to it, but I gotta get
pauses,
to this,
bro. That's like 3 pauses back to back.
Oh, Paul, my bad. You know, I'm not on it. My bad. I'm not on the scene with the fellas we discussing, but you know.
Yeah, I got, bro. I'm telling you, me, always being in the entertainment industry.
Wait a minute, Josh. Donnie says.
Clarity. I always say that it's no. I think people like to say that we have a problem against them as a person. That's not it. I think for real, like we love. I think it's important to love everybody, but it's just like like as men, man, we can have 5 different women. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just we don't have to agree with what you do. You know what I'm saying? I think that's just that life. That's how life is. I think a lot of times we find disconnection because people say, I want you to accept my wrong, or I want you, like we talk about good tonight. It's like sometimes, like you can't force your good on me. Like if you think something good, like I don't got to receive it if I don't think it's good, And that doesn't mean I don't think you're worth it or you're worthy. It just means that we have two, representation of what good is to us.
Yeah. Now let's segue right into what I've been wanting to talk about. The Jezebel spirit. I gotta get on that. So what is the Jezebel spirit and how does it show up today, Donnie?
Man, I was thinking about this thing. I think we being men too. It's like I think the Jezebel spirit, she was a woman married to a king in the Bible. And she was dominating. She dominated him. He was worshiping God, but she started worshiping Baal, and he gave up God because for Baal. And she manipulated. She would kill people. She would have people killed to take their things. So when I think about the Jezebel spirit, I think about like this spirit of like witchcraft, of dominating and controlling, and manipulation. Is it like when you get in a relationship, is this person in a relationship, are they coming with a pure heart? Because when you got a pure heart, you don't got to be deceptive. Or do they have a hidden agenda and they're trying to take advantage? Are they trying to get over? Are they trying to take things from you? Are they trying to misuse you? So I think that's the vein of what it is.
I'm glad you answered it. Go ahead, Josh. Go ahead.
He be talking that talk. He made me not even want to get on this joint, bro. Like for real, dog. Because I be like, for real, I feel like Jezebel, even being able to get taken advantage of by a Jezebel, you got to be naive. You got to be naive. I feel like what he's saying is so true because some women like that exist. Some men like that exist too. But you got to be naive. Like, I feel like our generation, the millennials, we the last men that women really like for real. We the last generation. Bro, we the last generation of men that was getting girls because they liked us for real. Everything after us is something. And you gotta, as a man, you gotta walk into a situation, be like, yo, what am I bringing to the table? What does this woman want from me? And it's not always money. It's not always sex. She could genuinely have trauma from a past, from her childhood, and she could genuinely want you to be a father figure. She could genuinely want you to be a companion. It's always something. We as men, we quick to jump to the financial. She trying to take me for my finances, but people be having trauma. They be trauma bonding. They be putting trauma on you. Y'all know me. I used to partake in a marijuana, and I was dealing with a girl, and I didn't know she was trauma bonded with smoking. I don't want to smoke no more. You smoke because you sad. I thought we were smoking to get high, and it's like that. It be like that, bro. Like I'm like, what? She'll blow my high. Oh, you smoking because your father not around? Like, oh, you trying? You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to smoke and be sad, though. But I'm just saying that's how I be, though. That's how I be.
Adrian, you deal with a lot of couples. What you got to say about that?
So hearing Donnie talk about it, I think about how when Adam and Eve sinned too, it talked about how like a wife will have a desire to rule over her husband too, right? So I think it can be similar. I think the difference is how with the Jezebel spirit, like they come to destroy. To his point, I know he was saying how men are naive. I think women are not aware of it as well too. It's like when you got these women who want to be with like a married man, right? In their mind, it could be trauma, or they could be trying to fill some void or a lack of confidence, lack of self-love. It can literally be all of these different things, but yet they literally are destroying homes. And us men were being naive. And I know you had this up there too, but the lust and all of the things that we struggle with. So it's like it's so layered with what it actually could be, but you do see it a lot. But I think vision helps, man. If you're a man and you know your purpose and you have a written like vision and action plan and you know where you are going, now when a woman comes into your life and she don't align with that, you can literally push her right out the way. Your friends, everything need to align with your vision and with your purpose. And that's the best way to protect yourself from all of those negative things, I feel like.
I know, Josh, I know you want to say something.
Fact.
I know you
Nah, because I was thinking like it's just the trauma, you know, when you reckon, like he said, when you're whole as a man, it's easier for you to recognize, easier for you to have vision. Like I'm 40, bro. If like a 20-year-old girl approached me in the club, I'm like, what's wrong? Like, what happened? You know what I mean? I'm all my brain automatic. Like, I'm not thinking like, oh snap, she think I'm fly. No, something's wrong, baby girl. Like, I'm an old man. I'm not even supposed to be here. But I wanted to ask Adrian though. Adrian, do you feel like there's any situation where it's okay for a wife to rule over her husband?
I think he needs to consent, right? So like my wife, this is where she's stronger at. So baby, you got it. You know, I think some of it is with us, it's a pride and ego thing. So I don't think it's a yeah or nay necessarily. I think you got to be willing to sit with yourself. So like with me and my wife, I be pride and ego get in the way a lot, especially early on, right? Someone was like, "You're not about to keep telling me what to do, yo." You know what I'm saying? And then by my profession, I literally work with people to solve problems. So that ego, she could be saying something real and I may not see it. And now I'm fighting against her where we could be a lot further along had I swallowed that and ate it. But the way she went about it helped too. As soon as she stopped fighting me, then I seen like, okay, dang, you literally about to drive us off the cliff. Okay, babe, my bad. And so I learned to kind of trust her more, let her lead when it comes to a lot of things. But in terms of straight like rule, like, yo, you gonna do what I tell you to do, like, nah, we not. Doing it.
Let me get in here. Cause you know how I get down, Adrian. Look, let me get up. Let me get in. No, heck no. No. I don't see in any case that's correct. Like Adrian's like, that's not rule. That's working together. That's not rule. You know what I'm saying? Your wife ruling over you? No, you just a weak man at that point. That's what I feel.
Hey yo, don't talk about papoose like that. Don't talk about papoose like that, bro. Go ahead, do your thing though.
Let me land my plane. So what I mean by a weak man, you can't lead. You don't lead right. And leaders don't dictate. They take advice. They take what they're saying and use it for the betterment. So I could ask you this. Every CEO of a company, do you think he leads, he rules over every department? No, he gives the vision and then he lets everyone excel at what they're good at. So that's what Adrian is speaking to. That's why he said no. He just said it no in a nicer way. I'm going to say it no, like, I ain't gonna say, no, like that's not gonna happen. And if you letting that happen, you just eating off of your wife and she's gonna get tired of that anyway. Like, dude, do something. You let me make all the decisions. I can't go to you for no advice. Why are you even here? That's a weak man. And that's a strong woman that's gonna get tired of that weak man. And then it's going to be conflict and problems the whole time. That's just me.
Nah, and I will say this too. That is one of the things I do hear from couples that I work with. She's like, yo, why I always got to make all of the decisions? Like, do something, like lead me, like tell me where to kind of go. So you hit it right on the head.
Yeah, I got you. I'm going to tell you what it really is. Donnie, what you got to say?
I was gonna say, in today's age, man, you gotta lead because they're gonna call you sassy if you do. Different, man. You think about it, like in the Garden of Eden, right? Like Adam didn't stand on his business. That's kind of how the fall happened. Like Eve initially had a conversation, and Adam was right there with her, and it's like it fell in his lap. And instead of him saying, we ain't gonna do that, Because I think that, in many regards is that it's not that you just doing it in an aggressive way. You're doing it from a level of servanthood. It's like, I'm submitting to the fact that I want us the best for us. And God gave me this responsibility. So my responsibility is to God first. That's why I gotta lead. You know what I'm saying? I can't give that up. He put me in charge. I'm gonna be held accountable. So, I think that's why it's important.
Yeah, I told my wife that the other week. I don't know what we were talking about, but it came up like the conversation about Adam and Eve, and I said, God didn't go to Eve and say, "Why you eat that?" He said, "Where Adam? Where is Adam at? Like, what's going on? He hiding." So you right, he ain't stand no business. So I told her everything that you do is gonna fall on me at the end of the day. So I have to make up for the things that you do. But if I teach you, if I'm listening to you, if I'm doing all these things, then we can win together. But if I let you drift off, and I'm drifting off, we're gonna be separated, and then there's gonna be a lot more conflict. So sometimes I do have to tell my wife no, and I explain it to her, just like my kids as well. I tell them no, then I explain why we're not gonna do it, and tell them the dangers of doing whatever they're doing. Because what I've come to notice about women and children too, and men do it as well. Immature men, they don't think about the other things going into a situation. They only think about the now, like how it's going to make me feel right now. Now, if I go out and drink a whole bunch and I get behind the wheel of a car, the chances of me having an accident and dying go up. So instead of drinking and going drive, I might drink and just stay at the house, if I want to have a drink. But that's we got to be forward thinkers as men.
Yeah, and I want to. Oh, go ahead.
No, I think you're good, Adrian.
Oh, and I think the how you get there, right? So, guys, we're not saying go in there, I'm the man, you're not about to rule over me. But to Donnie's point, it talks about like you need to love and do it from a place of serving and giving her the things that she needs, right? One thing I noticed with my wife and other couples, when a man genuinely just like listens to a woman's concerns and acknowledges it and say, well, okay, hey, I get why you kind of feel this way. Maybe we can A, B, C, D and prioritize her. Once you do that and she knows, okay, he genuinely cares like about me and my feelings, she will gladly fall in line with you. Like gladly, but you genuinely have to care and you have to take that time to speak to her in the way that she can receive things, show up for her in the way that she can receive things, right? If her love language is not gifts, which that could be women or not, but like for the most part they be wanting that quality time, you know what I'm saying? So my wife, she's like, yeah, you got the house and the cars, but come sit next to me and ask me how my day was going without scrolling in your phone and not having to jump up to take a phone call, right? Like those are the ways that you feed her and make her feel comfortable and safe enough to say, all right, cool, even if we go off a cliff, I'm with you.
Yeah, I ain't trying to go on the cliff. Go ahead, Donnie.
Wanted to say, so let's look at it from this perspective. We got, like, if you got a daughter and you go, you peering in your daughter's husband house, right? And she changing the tires, she paying all the bills. You know how you gonna feel? You gonna be like, what you need them for? So it's like I think that from a certain perspective, man, it's like you see we see it different, in different circumstances. Like with our daughter, we want a man, to take care of her, to provide and make sure she's safe.
So I'm gonna pivot a little bit because we got 20 minutes. I got some good stuff to get to. And Adrian, you came in right at the right time. So I was watching something earlier about Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith, and she's back. She's back, fellas. But she was, she wrote a book. She on tour. She talking about it, and I think Will Smith is a clear representation of everything that we're talking about. He was successful, but he got manipulated. And this is just from the outside looking. I don't know what really happened, but he looks very weak right now. He had it all at one point. And now he can't even go to the Oscars for 10 years after that slap. And that slap wasn't really directed towards Chris Rock. I think he wanted to slap her, but he's like, I can't slap her, It's just Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith. Now, when it comes down to lust versus healthy attraction. That's why I brought them up, because I think he lusted for her. I don't think he really had a healthy attraction for her and wanted to fully commit to being a husband and a wife and having morals, ethics, everything that we discussed on this live tonight. So let's get into that. What is lust versus healthy attraction, Adrian?
All right. So, well, I think it's flip. I think he may have had a healthy attraction for her, and she lusted for him. That's why she did him any type of way. But I don't know what Will did either, right? So, but I'll say lust is all about yourself. It's all about quick gratification. It has nothing to do with the other person at all, right? I think about, me going to the club, me in college. Oh, she right, yeah, let me get them buns. I don't care nothing about how she gonna feel about it. She leaving, as soon as I finish, I'm hitting her with that, yo, what you about to do? You know what I'm saying? To get on up out of here. I don't care nothing about what you need. Versus I think healthy attraction is, yeah, she's beautiful, and it's the respect that comes with that as well, too. Right? Not only am I gonna be responsible for myself, but I'm gonna be responsible for you too. I'm not going to invite you into something that is going to be bad for you. So I think that's the biggest difference. Lust is more so just about you.
Got you. Josh, what about you? Lust versus healthy attraction. What's your take on it?
About the Will Smith situation. Like I'm a huge Will Smith fan, for one. I read his autobiography, man. It might be one of the best autobiographies I've ever read, to be honest. But here's the thing with Will, man. And if you read the book, it gets into like Jada, like Will basically threw this huge birthday party for Jada Pinkett, and she ended up cursing him out. Will has this issue where he loves to center himself. If you ever watch Will, like everything that Will Smith slap was why she was so unmoved, because it was again Will Smith centering himself in any situation that he's in. So we see this thing, and we love to like give Jada Pinkett a lot of pushback. But you got to understand, out of everything that they've been said or been done about Will, Jada Pinkett ain't pulled one bone out of that closet about how that man get down. So she's been solid, bro. Like we talk mad trash about it. She speak her mind, but just say you were homosexual, or you like the trans dress or cross dress. The fact that she don't tell the world that, she gonna tell the world about her affairs with so and so. She gonna tell the world about how you've been soft and this thing. I keep your secrets. Therefore, I'm gonna live my truth. You know what I mean? So sometimes we gotta back up and just like, yo, don't be so quick to be like, yo, shorty ain't nothing. Nah, man. Will really be on. When have you seen him do anything that didn't seem like it was about him? Homie really ain't a selfless person, bro. Everything Will does is centered on Will Smith. That's what made him the greatest entertainer on earth. At one point, he was the one, because all he cared about was himself. So until this day, all he cared about is himself.
I want to ask you something, because you said something that kind of triggered something in my mind. So you saying Will Smith get down in a different way, and Jada just not telling us?
Absolutely. I mean, I think it's not Good Will Hunting, but it's the first movie Will Smith did when he got out of Fresh Prince. His PR agent told him he wanted him to do a role that wasn't comedy or action. He wanted him to do something that was sentimental. So if y'all look up that movie, it was kind of like a drama type of romance novel. His co-star was a white dude. Will Smith said that was his first crush. The white guy, he admits to having a crush on the guy in the book. Like, Will Smith always been attracted to males. He clearly, I mean, he says it, but I'm like, again, bro, Dominic, lean forward when I tell you they're everywhere, bro. They've always been here, and they're not going anywhere. Let me
tell you something. I'm not reading that book.
You ain't got to read that book, because I'm like, at the end of the day, there was Martin and there was Will Smith. And if we had to have Mount Rushmores of who black boys idolized, there was Martin, there was Will Smith, there was Michael Jordan in our adolescence, and one of them was gay that we know of. Richard Pryor was gay, bro. We gotta stop. I mean, honestly,
I feel like in me, hey, look, whatever they do, they do. But
for sure.
What I like to do is
absolutely
not involve myself in those activities. I speak to you, we cool. I'm not involving myself in nothing like that, because that goes against what I stand for.
I mean, the sexual part I get, but you have to network.
Pause. I don't straddle the fence at all.
You ain't got to straddle the fence, but you got to network.
I'll network. But
there's nowhere to not.
But the same thing is, I have limitations on what I'm going to do. I don't care. Like I'm networking. Oh, come to this party. Come to this Diddy party. Network here. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not involving myself in certain things. I don't care how much you can give me. I'm not going to do it because I hold myself to a higher standard. I don't care about networking. You could give me a $300 million deal and say, hey, come do this. I'm not doing it.
So if everybody wanted to sign up.
Business.
So if they wanted you to host the Rainbow Prom this year.
No.
And they're going to let you promote your business the whole time. Nope. You ain't hosting it?
No.
Bam, I got it. I got it. I got you.
Like when I tell you, like I said, I don't flip flop. Like what I stand on, I stand on it. Ask my wife. She's like, I hate arguing with you because you ain't ever gonna give up. I argue to the day I die. I'll be like, hey, if I feel like I'm right about something, you better prove me wrong. You better prove me wrong because I'll die behind what I say. Because I stand for purpose. I stand for vision. I stand for more than just money. I don't care about the money. When it comes down to it, that networking and, oh, you could get this deal if you go to this gay party and do this and that. I don't care. I'm not going there. It's cool. I'll find another deal a different way.
I'm going to tell you like this, sis.
Oh, whoa.
I'm going to tell you like this, sis. It's like, bro, but we can joke about it, but man, I'm in the entertainment industry. It's no way not to deal with homosexuals on a level, bro. Period. And what sucks about it, bro, and I'll be completely honest with you, there's a hyper masculinity attached to being a black man. Period. Anytime we walk into a room, they assume we gonna be more aggressive. We could just be chilling, but that's just something that's an assumption and a stereotype that's placed on us as black men. And also what comes with that is a homophobia. Immediately, just because we black men and we have somewhat black culture, they assume we don't like gay people. We got a problem with gay people. So I'm like, yo, you gotta draw the line. Like, I don't got no issue with how you move. Like, no, the best, like to me, I don't care, and that's how I move with it. Like, it don't bother me. I can be in the gay party, bro. Y'all gay, so what? We gotta get this money though.
It don't bother me that they're gay, but it bothers me what they do. And I don't want to be involved in nothing they do because I don't do that.
Bro,
it's just like if I don't smoke weed, am I gonna be in a room with a whole bunch of people that smoke weed? I'm gonna leave.
But ain't no somebody might pass you a blunt. Nobody gonna pass you a dick, bro. Nobody's gonna be like, hey, like, nobody's going, hey, here you go. Like that's completely two different things, bro. But nobody's ever going to do that to you.
This is what I'm trying to say to you. You welcome things into your spirit, and I'm not saying that you're gonna do that. I'm just saying
no, be completely honest. Because
I'm just saying you welcome things into your spirit, they slowly attack you. And it doesn't have to be you becoming gay, it could be any other things. Like it's just trying to pull you in. I'm not gonna get pulled in. Just like Adrian said on one of the last lives, he don't go around a whole bunch of naked women. He like, no, I'm not about to do that. I'm not going to those places because that's lust. Like, why would you put yourself in harm's way? I'm not saying that's harmful. Like they can't beat Adrian up. He's a big dude. But I'm just saying he's not going to involve himself in things that will, potentially even make him look a certain way. I wouldn't either because I stand for different things. I understand from your perspective, you in the entertainment, you got to be joking with these people and things like that. I don't have to because that's why I'm not an entertainer.
I mean, I feel like unfortunately, it feels like the world inherently, as far as we know, is that. Everybody here can agree that at the peak of entertainment, say if I took off and got to a Kevin Hart level or a Dave Chappelle level, y'all know what that comes with. Y'all know what's around you. Like the temptation is around you, the demonic stuff is around you, the prostitution is around you. It is what it is. Like you have to be solid within yourself, but it's unavoidable. I gotta walk that path. You can't. You gotta be in the room with the people. Like you don't have to partake, but you gotta be in the room.
All right, Donnie, go ahead. Yeah,
I think this is so good because I think it proves everything we're talking about. We talking about Jezebel spirit, which she was doing Baal worship, but her husband was doing worshiping God. It talks about good and it talks about evil, and that what a person determines good. Like, and I really think like what you value, right? It's what you put value to. Like it depends on like what you call important. Like let's say if you want to be like a big superstar, then what lines would you cross? What would you pay for that? You know what I'm saying? Like I think ultimately it challenges what you decide is good. You know what I'm saying? Like what you willing to give up. Like if they get you in that room and they say you got to do this act in order to be this next big superstar, like is that something that you want to navigate, or is you say no, that's crossing the line? I think ultimately it's like we that's when it gets into what we decide is good and what's not good. It's like
For sure.
you know, can you decide that man, this I'm willing to sell my soul, I'm willing to give up this, what I'm saying, in order to attain that. And I think that's really what happened with Eve. It's like she ate the fruit, she went against what God said because she saw something good. It was lust. She looked at it, it was good. She desired it. You know what I'm saying? It's like three major sins in the world. Like you could put in categories. It's the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and pride of life. And it's like all of those things you kind of put in categories, and it's like, but they always challenge us to change. They challenge us to change what's good. They challenge us to say, okay, what am I willing to let go? Because we all have something valuable. It's like every person that made it, what did they do to get there? They got to
For
live with
sure.
that the rest of their life. You know.
Sure. Shout out Justin Bieber. Tell your story, King. Tell your story. He gonna tell it, bro. I'm telling y'all, when he dropped that Netflix doc, it's gonna be different. It's gonna be different.
So
God bless him.
so I'm gonna get into something else. So relationships, I feel like the conflict between lust and attention, and it's not even conflict, it's really merging the two together. So men lust for women, women want attention, and that can kill relationships, right? Because once you're lusting for a woman, if you get married to that woman that you're lusting for, not have a healthy attraction to, then you're just lusting for it. Once you get her, there's only going to be one thing that you want to do with her. If
Facts.
a woman wants attention from men and they're getting a lot of attention from a man because he's not driven, he's not doing things, when that attention goes away because he's trying to provide for his household, his wife or his family, she's going to want to go get that attention somewhere else. So do you guys think that it is a problem with lust and attention and how they collide in relationships?
That's a good one.
Mm.
Who going? I don't, man. Well, it wasn't for me. I think the lust and attention. I think that you get more clarity the older you get. When I dated with intention, I got a wife. You know what I mean? I feel like when we just out here just lusting after the pretty girl, lusting after the flesh, we gonna get what we get. But when we center ourselves, and when I found my wife, I genuinely was dating for marriage, and I found my wife. So I feel like that's the difference. It can be an issue if you ain't past it on both sides.
Yeah, and I think based off of the definition of lust that I use, it's only about self. You can't have a successful relationship if you're only thinking about self and you're not thinking about the well-being of the other person, what the other person needs, protecting the other person, etc. So anything you combine with lust is going to be the downfall. Same thing with, attention. That's not nothing of substance, right? Which is why it's something we continue to need. So most women who look for attention, there's probably a void that that hasn't been filled, or possibly some trauma. And so they keep trying to refill it with something that is going to continue to run out. So yeah, it's just a recipe for disaster, I think, with either, especially with both.
And I think like both of them like an appetite. Like let's say you got lust, and it's like you're in a situation, a good situation, but because of the lust, it allows you not to be able to hold on to it. I think a lot of times we miss out, and even with the attention thing, you're in a situation where, you getting the attention you want, but you decide one day, well, you ain't giving me enough attention, so you seek it elsewhere. You know, and I think that's dangerous. I heard something. It is kind of funny, y'all. I heard something today. It says that they want. He said that all women should give the gym the same chances they give the bad relationship they had with a dude. But I think it's true for men too.
Now, I'm glad you said that. Well, we go because we got 5 or 10 minutes. I don't want to keep y'all too long tonight, but I got some other stuff, some good stuff I want to get to. Body counts. Does a body count matter in a relationship? And then I'm gonna tell you a stat once I pull it up on a woman's body count?
So absolutely, body count matters, right? Now, I know it's not a question that people just, oh, hey, how many people you've been with? Like somebody's gonna be honest, right? But I'm gonna use myself because I had been with so many different women before I got married. It was an adjustment to be used to just my wife. You know what I'm saying? And not be thinking about everything else. That's why if I could go back, I would have waited till I was a virgin and just experienced it just with her. But it took time, right, for me to doing the threesomes, when you know what I'm saying, all of the stuff. Wild boy before Christ came in there. You know what I'm saying? And so to now to adjust to just this. So I definitely think body count matters, man. You get used to so many different things, and you will hear women and men saying, nah, the way he did it, the way she do this, I can't deal with that. And now you attach with people just because they can satisfy you sexually, but they don't do nothing else for you. Nothing else for you. So now the guy that, or the woman who can stimulate you emotionally, right? And creatively and all of these things, you can't rock with him because he ain't good in bed or she not good, in bed. So I think from that standpoint, body count absolutely matters.
I'm gonna go last.
Hey yo, body count don't matter to me, bro. Body count does not matter. All like yo, bro. If she was a hoe where y'all met, all y'all gotta do is move. Once you move and relocate, you got you a whole new. You know how many? I'm from New Bern, North Carolina. You know how many dudes that moved their hoe to Atlanta and started over? There's nothing wrong with that, bro. Just move and start over. Body count only would matter to me if we gotta stay in your whole hometown. I can't stay in the whole hometown. Now you just hugging people. You know everybody. Every time we go out, I couldn't do that. But as a man, nah, it wouldn't bother me if we just moved and we wasn't around none of our old partners. I could still live my life, man. And that's 100% seriously. I could still live my life regular. And I don't ask my wife about her partners either. I don't feel like that's a good idea. So she could have slept with 100 dudes as long as they from Florida and we in North Carolina. I don't care.
Wait, quick question. I got a quick question. I got a session at 7:30. Quick question. So I know some people are from New Bern too. It's why y'all wild out there. But what if one of the people is somebody that you know, like a family member or a homeboy? Could you be in a relationship?
Nah, I can't. That ain't really body count though. You ain't mad because of the sex. You mad because of the relationship that you got with the homie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm gonna let you finish, but I want Adrian to hear this before he leaves. I know he has a session. Go ahead and finish, Josh.
No, I'm done.
Okay, so research from Institute for Family Studies show that individuals with 10 or more sexual partners have significantly higher divorce rates, often around 30% plus compared to the ones with single digit. I feel like the reason why is it's a thing called pair bonding too. So, and then women, they compare a lot. If you look at men and women, we don't really compare. We don't care what somebody else got going on. But if you look at women, if they go on an exquisite trip, dinner, date, they're going to say, oh, well, the other place was better. So if you got 10 or more, and now you're looking at your husband like, I got 10 or more people that were better than you. That's not.
Dom.
I'm a numbers guy. It's numbers. The numbers right there.
If you ain't slept with 10 girls and she ain't slept with 10 guys, y'all gonna stay together because y'all both nerds. Y'all two nerds, bro. I don't want to. She a nerd. That's why they together.
But you're
not cool.
So I get into it with Donnie now. Let's
go ahead. But she's not cool. You wasn't outside. She don't even know nothing about the pretty Ricky era. And we was humping jeans. So she wasn't there for that.
Why should people wait until marriage to have sex?
Now that's a real tough question. I think because the society says don't. But I think that the reason is because sometimes we put sex at the top of the line. We make sex more important than a person. So it's like a lot of times, we'll just like going to the body count. I don't like the way you have sex. You know, and the person could be an amazing spirit. They could be the best heart, be the best person for you. They might not have the body that you like, the body shape. They might not, be the 10, 10, 10 like you want. But it's like they the right person for your life. So I think sometimes we put too much weight on sex, and it causes us to miss out on our blessing.
Yeah. So
But sometimes sex can make you get your blessing. Shorty, you know what I mean? She might not be a 10, 10, 10, but Shorty got some, she got it on her, you know what I mean? Like we men, so we gotta be honest. Sex can even the scales on you sometimes.
Hey, yo, y'all wow. Yo, I enjoy rocking with y'all though. Y'all, I'm out.
all right. And we right at 7:31, so I'm gonna let y'all go. Great conversation tonight, fellas. And until we meet again, 5 a.m. club after hours.
Be safe, man.